थोड़ा सा अंदर
ये सबको लेके चलते हैं। How are you?
गुड, इतनी धीरे चलेंगे तो पहुंचेंगे नहीं।
चलो चलो, टाइम हो रहा है, ऑलरेडी लेट हो रहा है।
हाँ जी हाँ जी, चलो थोड़ा चलते रहते जल्दी जल्दी।
चलिए आइए।
Yes, I know. I'm just saying as long as timing का आप देख लीजिए।
5 to 10 minutes max.
Depends कि ये क्या टाइम का है।
It will be quick.
So let's see what time this finishes, and then I can confirm it.
Perfect.
Because
चलो बस छोड़ दो।
we have half an hour.
बस बस।
Thank
I
you.
think we should be.
The subcutaneous fat and the visceral fat, one can hypothesize that there may be a predictive profile that would lead to further investigation. So this is my last slide. These are the unmet needs and research priorities. I think the key is surveillance. We currently have very poor surveillance for MASLD, where we actually look for cirrhosis. We need to look at other cost-effective biomarkers. We need to look at MASLD to prevent cancer, predictile response, CAS-related targeted strategies, metabolic reprogramming, and then stratify analysis based on MASLD trials. So I found that is when you reach the end of what you should know, you will be at the beginning of what you should sense. Thank you again. I think this work is only possible when you have a village that you build, and this is a group that I work with in various hospitals and centers around the world. And I want to make a special shout out to my friends from the rural care.
Thank you very much, Mansoor Tagore, for your excellent talk. And now I have an important announcement to make, that we are delighted to have a famous actor. So may I request you to please stay on stage, but delayed for a special reason, because we have a special guest here, actor Soha Ali Khan, who has acted in various Hindi, Bengali and English films. And as we all know, she carries a rich veteran actor Sharmila Tagore and former Indian cricket captain Mansoor Ali Khan sir, and the younger sister of actor Soha Ali Khan. She comes here as a mascot to create awareness about lung cancer. I hand over to Dr. to us the honor of felicitating our professor.
I don't know anything about Bollywood, but my family does, so I'll score a lot of points today.
Everything happens for a reason, Dr. Sharmila. Can we have some chairs on the stage?
Raising the bar for cancer awareness. I have said this earlier, you are a cancer activist because you put a cause center stage and bring awareness around it. I think it gives the topic a leverage that is unparalleled.
To say no to you. And I was so grateful that you were on All About Her on more than one occasion. I think that when you find causes that you really believe in, subjects that you are passionate about, then one makes time for things. And I think when it comes to your health, especially when it comes to something like cancer, which terrifies me certainly as just a lay person, I'm aware of the statistics, I'm aware of your paranoia, as you call it, and the fact that 1 in 2, 1 in 3, depending on your gender, will be touched by cancer in some way in their lifetime. I think it's very important to have these conversations, and therefore I had to come today.
Amazing, thank you. You have shared in the past that you've had a personal battle in the family, and Madam Sharmila Tagore, Madam, has also been very open about it. And would you want to share a little bit on that and your voice for, screening and early diagnosis? And
Gee, absolutely. Actually in our family, especially on my father's side, there was more heart disease, and especially the male members succumbed to heart attacks at earlier than we would have preferred ages. And that's what my father was always worried about, what we were always concerned with. He in fact passed away of a lung disease. It was idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. And that's when we suddenly thought, the lungs are also organs that we need to be concerned with, and our focus was entirely on the heart. Of course, things are connected. And my mother, always very health conscious, very fit, looked after her diet, looked after nutrition, was not a smoker, and she developed a cough. She is a little, I would also say, paranoid when it comes to her health. And she likes to go and have everything checked out meticulously. And sometimes coughs last a while. And even the doctor said there's nothing to worry about at all. But we'll do a CT scan, we'll do an X-ray. This was a few years ago, so now I think most of us know she's about 81. I'm not disclosing anything that she hasn't disclosed, but this was soon after COVID. And she went and had a CT scan, and they said there is a shadow, but 99.9% it's nothing. And when it comes to things like malignancy, cancer of the lung, it's impossible to know for sure unless we cut you open and do a biopsy. And I don't know if that's something that you would want to do. And in fact, she told the doctors that, please, I would like to be sure. And so we had the surgery, and she did all the tests that she had to do before the surgery to ensure that she was fit. And we didn't realize she also did a test that ensured that if a lobectomy was required, she would be able to withstand that. And we were sitting in the waiting room expecting them to come back and say, of course, it's nothing. But when they opened her up, they did come to us, my brother, myself, and my sister, and they said, it is malignant. It's in a very, very early stage, and we can get it all out. And that's what they did. They took a third of her lung out. She didn't require any chemotherapy or any radiation, any follow-up treatment. We were very, very, very lucky, she was. And that was entirely because of the fact that she insisted, firstly on having the test done and then on having this biopsy done. The story has a happy ending, but you know, I feel like for many people perhaps it goes in different ways. Some things you feel you have control over, some things you feel you don't have control over. But the one thing that we were very grateful for was the early screenings, was for a little bit of concern. A lot of people are paralyzed by the fear of what if. A lot of us, you know, and that has nothing to do with our economic background, our educational background, nothing. All of us just feel like if we don't do the tests, maybe we won't find out, and maybe, you know,
fear of finding out.
Fear of finding out. And I think that you must take it head on.
Yeah, I mean, what a beautiful and an inspiring story. Few years ago, when I was invited to be a part of the Asia Pacific Coalition Against Lung Cancer, I was representing India, and I was sitting next to my very senior Japanese colleague. And I went up and presented how 3/4 of lung cancers are diagnosed in advanced stages in India. And he went up right after me to present how 3/4 of all lung cancers are diagnosed in stage 1 in Japan. And that's the same story there, that they are much more vigilant. They are investigating at the drop of a hat. Any lung symptom, they are immediately investigating. So to share.
I think that our health is vital. And the reason I attach so much value to my health is because I know how much I'm loved by my family and how they absolutely could not do without me. From my mother to my daughter to my husband, they would be lost. And that drives me. I feel that I also value my own life. I enjoy my life. I see how being fit today will be an investment 20 years from now. That's why I work out and I do strength training. I have consultations. I look at my hormones. I look at my nutrition. I try to get my steps in. We do lead very sedentary lives, and we do eat a lot of processed food today. So I try and figure out how I can combat some of these things, because at the end of the day, what is most disheartening for people is that, oh, you know, I never smoked, I never drank, I went to the gym, and I was diagnosed with cancer. And then you feel helpless. And a lot of people feel, what is the point? You know, why should I quit smoking? Why should I, you know, not eat that extra paratha or laddu or whatever it is? You know, so I feel, of course, there's certain things that you feel outside of your control. But what is in your control, please don't relinquish control of. Do attach value to your health. I know there are also things we're combating, like pollution. And this is a conversation I have with my mother all the time. You know, come to Mumbai, where we have in January the AQI spikes, but in Delhi it's quite bad. And she says, I have air purifiers, and we have these conversations all the time.
For the faculty coming from Delhi, Soha's message, come here, come to Mumbai.
Well, not everybody, I'm more concerned in my mother. Not inviting everyone. We don't have the space at home, but we have a room for her, and we're working on it. But I feel like the things that are in your control, you must. It's very important to look after your health.
Amazing. Thank you. One last message if you give to the people, because there's recordings happening. What would be your message regarding lung health?
I would just say that be aware. Firstly, try and lead a healthy lifestyle. Try not to be so sedentary. Like what I try and do is just...
And try and quit smoking.
Firstly, number one, please, if you haven't quit smoking, do quit smoking. Not only for yourself, but for the people around you, because secondhand smoking is a reality. And some people don't choose to smoke, and yet we're smoking every day. So I would say things like that, and then less sedentary, walk around a little bit, try and get your 10,000, even if it's 6,000, 7,000 steps. People get daunted by 10,000 steps. You don't have to do it at one time. You can do it through the day in intervals. I feel like we eat too much also. I think that it's pay attention to what you're eating. Perhaps when you're eating, only eat. Don't watch television and eat. Don't add other habitual things to the process of eating, and then your brain will get that signal that you're full, and respect that, respect your digestive system, get enough sleep, be sociable also. I think that that's very important, because a lot of our health is physical, a lot of it is mental. So I think a lot of our feeling happy and feeling de-stressed comes from friendship and community, and I think to not cut ourselves off, because these are all the negative effects of modernization, is that we're cutting ourselves off. We're living in our air purified, air conditioned. We're living vertical. We're getting away from the planet as much as we can. So I think the idea is to just integrate a little bit and listen to your body. So if you feel like you're unwell, and you will know, when you're slightly off. So I would say listen to your body, talk to your body, be in touch with your doctors, and don't worry about being foolish, or don't worry about the fear. I would say that a lot of these things, when caught early, that's the differentiating factor. Now we have technology, we have medicine, we have wonderful people in these departments every day. Dr. Lim, I was saying sometimes you don't get to sleep at night because you have to be on top of constantly evolving trends and medications and technology. So, I'm very grateful for all the wonderful work that you do. And as non-medical people, we must help you as much as we can.
Thank you, wonderful, amazing. Thank you, Soha. Thank you for making time and for the brilliant, solid message that you've given today. And you, as one of the youngest of medical oncology, and Balaj comes a long way in my mentoring. So I thought, what better to acknowledge his presence here today at your hands, please. Thank you, Balaj. And Mrs. Khambada, you can please go ahead with the introduction. And I would need
Soha for your engaging participation and heart-to-heart talk, inspiring all of us here and emphasizing on fitness and health and screening for early detection of lung cancer. Thank you for passing on this beautiful and important message. Dr. Sevanti will felicitate Soha.
Stand this side, ma'am.
Can we have a loud round of applause, please?
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Mrs. Khambada, please go ahead with your introduction. For
Yes, I will have to invite the chairpersons who will. Professor Hamid's answers.
Yes.
While the stage is being
गुड टू सी यू सोहा जी। जैसा कि आपने कैंसर की बात यहाँ पर की कि बहुत ही कॉमन हो गया है, तो क्योंकि आप एक एक्टर हैं तो कुछ बहुत सारी बातें आपने स्टेज पे कही, तो कुछ और यहाँ पे कहना चाहेंगे अपने ऑडियंस को, फैंस को, कि थोड़ा सा लाइफस्टाइल को और बेटर बनाया जा सके, जिससे कि
आई थिंक अभी तो एजुकेशन काफ़ी है, लेकिन सबसे पहले लोग कहते हैं कि एक्टर्स रोल मॉडल्स हैं। मैं नहीं मानती हूँ कि सब रोल मॉडल्स हैं, लेकिन आपको शायद अपने पेरेंट्स, आपके टीचर्स, आपके डॉक्टर्स आपके रोल मॉडल्स हो सकते हैं। आज बात हम कर रहे थे लंग कैंसर के बारे में, और जो मुद्दा, जैसे डॉक्टर ने कहा, वो मुद्दा है, और हम चाहते हैं कि लोग बस अवेयर रहें, क्योंकि कैंसर फैल रहा है, और ख़ासकर लंग कैंसर, स्पेशली इन वुमेन। हम जानते हैं सर्विकल कैंसर, ब्रेस्ट कैंसर, उसके बारे में काफ़ी चर्चा हुई है, बट टू नो दैट लंग कैंसर इज ऑल्सो अफेक्टिंग अ लॉट ऑफ वुमेन। और वो क्यों हो रहा है? तो कुछ चीज़ें पोल्यूशन की वजह से, कुछ चीज़ें इन्वायरमेंटल फैक्टर्स हैं, लेकिन कुछ चीज़ें अंदर की तरफ से भी होती हैं, लाइक लाइफस्टाइल। तो न्यूट्रिशन, अर्ली स्क्रीनिंग, CT स्कैन्स, अवेयरनेस। अगर आपके इफ यू एक्सपीरियंसिंग अ कॉफ फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम, speak to your doctor, have the checks that are required. Early detection is very important.
उनका सारा एक्सपीरियंस यहाँ पे इल्यूमिनेट की तरफ से
हमेशा डॉक्टर लिमे के साथ बहुत ही अच्छा रहा है। वो 2 बार मेरे पॉडकास्ट पे आई हैं, ऑल अबाउट हर। आई थिंक कि जब कोई ऐसा मुद्दा आता है जहाँ पे पैशन है, एजुकेशन है, अवेयरनेस हम इंक्रीज करना चाहते हैं, when people come together spontaneously.
थैंक यू सोहा जी।
Thank you.
And that is Israel Reconnaissance Medical Center.
हाँ जी, लुक है।
I hand over the session
हाँ, हमें
to Dr. T. Raja, sir.
मैम लुकिए, मैम
सेंटर
लुकिए प्लीज, मैम लुकिए प्लीज, मैम लुकिए।